So, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. Hello, Rocky. Hello, Shivam. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. So, basically, today we have a yeah. So, guys, hope everyone is doing good. So, guys, in the today's session, we will discuss about functions, okay? And we are left with the two control statement, our iterative statement, right? That is our while loop and do while loop. So first we will discuss that two loop, and after that we will move to the functions, and we will see one problem, how to approach that problem, and how functions solve a lot of issue. Okay, we will see the advantage of a function then. So yeah, so everyone is joining. So good evening, Ankur. Good evening, Khushi. Yeah, sir, input statement. Yeah, we will talk about in the functions when we are doing the practical example. There we will take the input from the user itself. Okay. So, good evening, all. So, let's start our session. Let's start our session. Let me share my screen. Yeah, screen is shared here. So, guys, in the yesterday till the yesterday session, we talked about for loop, right, everyone? And we saw like when we need the for loop, when we have to execute the same logic or the same group of code again and again, then we can go with for loop, right? Or while loop and do while loop. So here we first see the for loop. We see the three part, that is initialization part, condition part, and then the updation part, right? And here is the body of the for loop, right? And we saw with the help of dry run how to execute my for loop. So the next iterative statement here is my while loop. Okay. So while loop does the task as for loop itself. Okay. Here also when we need to execute group of code again and again, okay, group of logic again and again, then we can go with the while loop or for loop or do while loop. Okay. So here again, so in the for loop, what we have the initialization part, updation part, and the condition part in the same, like we have a structure format, right? But here in the while loop, first we write the initialization part. After that, we have to use while keyword, and inside the round bracket, we have to write the condition. Okay, and after that, the body of the while, and after that, either we can write the updation part in the middle, at the top, or at the end. It depends on the use case. Okay, so let's take one example and let's try to see how to execute while loop. Okay, so yeah, so here window editor, zoom in, editor, zoom in. Okay, and yeah, so what we have to do in order to create a class, okay, we have to click on the default package, right click on the default package, go to the new, and after that go to the class, right? And here we have to write the name of the class. Let's say the name of the class is while here, and after that we have to include public static void main, because we know this is our entry point, right, everyone? This is our entry point here, and yes, we are good to go. We have created one class, and here we have to write our stuff, right? So what we have to do, let's take one simple problem statement. Write a program to print all even number between 1 to 10. Okay, we have to print all the even number between 1 to 10. Again, your intention will be same like the for loop. You have to think about the starting point. Here the starting point is what? 1, and you have to think till what point I have to iterate my while loop. I have to execute the body of the while loop. So here you have to go till 10. So you have to iterate 10 times, right? So here first write the initialization part. Initialization here, and here in order to initialize a variable, we have to take a variable, and in order to take a variable, first we have to define the data type and the name of the variable. Let's say the name of the variable is I here, and we are saying ki, hey, my starting point of the while loop will be start from 1, right? After that we have to use while keyword, and here I have to iterate this while loop till the value of I is less than equal to 10. The moment the value of I will become greater than 10, I will stop here. So here I have to write this condition I is less than equal to 10, and after that here I have to check, okay, in order to print whether the number is even number or not. Here I have to write a condition. So in order to write a condition, here we will use if condition, okay, and here I will write ki if I modulo 2, if the remainder of I with 2 is equal to 0, then this I is divisible by 2. That means this I is an even number, right? So here what I can write, I can say ki hey system dot out dot println I, right everyone, and we are good to go. We have written the initialization part, we have written the condition part, and now we can write the updation part, right? We can write the updation part here. So what I have to do in order to check for the next number, whether the next number is divisible by 2 or not, what I have to do? I have to increment I by one position, right? I have to increment by I by 1. So here I will write I is equal to I plus 1. And we are done with the program here. So let's try to run this program and let's try to see whether we are getting the correct output or not. So here you can see on the console, we are getting the correct answer. That is 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay. And again, for this while loop also, what you can do, you can create a dry run table that we have created in the previous session, right? For the for loop. Here you have the initialization point, here you have the condition, and here you have the updation part, right everyone? So yeah, I plus plus sir, please zoom, okay? So this one here. So this is our while loop. And what is the difference between while and do while loop, guys? Okay, first let's run this, dry run this. Okay, those who didn't understand the dry run part for the for loop, let's run for the while part also. Okay, so in order to run, what we have to do? We have to create a table here, right? We have to create a table here. So let's create a table. So here I will take a table, and yeah, like this. And after that, yeah, so let's increase the font size also. And here you are saying ki, hey, I have the initialization part, I have the condition part, that is I is less than equal to 10, and here I have I plus plus, right? That is the updation part. Okay, updation part. So here you are saying ki for the first time, what will happen when you hit on the run button? System will say ki, hey, JVM will say ki, hey, this is public static void main, this is the prototype that I want, so I will start the execution from here. And what will happen after that? You will execute line number 11. At line number 11, you are creating a variable. So 4 byte of memory will be allocated inside your computer memory. And inside that 4 byte of memory, one data will be stored, right? After that, you are saying ki while loop I less than equal to 10. So here the value of I is 1, and you are checking the condition. 1 is less than equal to 10. Yes, the condition is true here. So the moment condition is true, you will move inside the body of the while loop. Here you will check the if condition, if I modulo 2, if I modulo 2 is equal to 0, right? So here the condition is false because 1 modulo 2 will give me the remainder as 1. So this condition is false here inside the body of the while loop. So I will not execute the body of the if condition. After that, what I will do? I will do I is equal to I plus 1. So here the value of I is what? 1 plus 1, that is 2 now, right? So here the value of I is 2, and again you will go to the condition part. 2 is less than equal to 10, and this time the condition is true, right? This time the condition is true, and you will say ki, yes, I will go inside the body of the while loop, and what I will do? I will check the condition. If 2 modulo 2 is equal to 0, yes, the condition here is true. So I will execute the body of the if condition here. So what I will do? I will print I on the output screen here. So this time you will get This time you will get output on the output screen, right? So here 2 will be printed on the output screen, and after that you will increment the value of I. That is I is equal to I plus 1. So the previous value of I is what? 2 plus 1 is what? 3. Okay, so this time the value of I is 3. Again you will check the condition, that is the while condition at line number 12, and here 3 is less than equal to 10. And this process will continue till the value of I is less than equal to 10. The moment the value of I will become greater than 10, then this means you will move out of this while loop. Okay, everyone? So, yeah. Yes. So here Shivam is saying ki, hey, we have one more approach. Either you can use this while loop, and inside this while loop you can use this if condition in order to check whether the number is a even number or not, right? And here what I can do, I know key, like I know the condition for even number, right? So here I am saying ki, hey, I will start from 2 itself. I will start from 2 itself because I know 2 is an even, and here I will do what? I will not use if condition, and I will just write system.out.println. Okay, and here I will print I, and here the hack is what? Here you have to increment your I by 2. Okay, because you are saying ki, hey, if I will increment my I by 1, then the next number will be odd. Okay, but if I will increment my I by 2 again and again, then I will get even number at each iteration of the while loop. So that's why here you cannot use, like you can use if condition, or without if condition also the code is good to go, right? So here you can do a little optimization. Okay, it will not affect anything, like it will not affect the time complexity, but here you are saying ki, hey, I will optimize because I know the even condition, right? So here let's try to run the program again. So here you can see again we are getting the same output, right? Okay, clear. So yes, we can use, like we have discussed that part, right? Yeah. Right, Rocky, we have discussed this part. We can use if condition inside the while loop, inside your for loop, inside your do while loop, depends on the use case. Okay, so let's take the example of do while also. Again, the difference between while and do while is what, guys? Anyone? Like here Kuldeep is right. Okay, so here Kuldeep is saying ki, hey, if you want ki your while loop should execute one time, okay, irrespective of the condition, if you want your loop should execute one time, you should go with do while part. Okay, so in order to write do while condition, first you have to write the do while loop. First you have to write do keyword, after that this curly bracket, and here you have to write while, and here you have to write the condition part, and after that semicolon. Okay, and here you have to write the body of the do while. Okay, you have to write the body of the do while. So here I am saying ki, hey, let's take the same example here. Write a program to print all even number from 1 to 10. So again what you will do, system.out.println I. Okay, after that I is equal to I plus 2. Okay, and here the condition will be what? Let's take the condition as, okay, let's take the condition as I less than equal to 10. Okay, and okay, first try to run this program, and after that we will go to the next thing. Okay, let's run this program here. So here you can see you are getting the same output as while loop. You are getting the same output, that is 2 4 6 8 10. Okay, why? While again first your body of the do while loop will get executed, after that this while condition will be checked. So let's take one scenario here. Let's increase the value of I here. Let's say the value of I is 12. Okay, let's say the value of I is 12, and what I have to do, let's run both my while loop also and do while loop also. Okay, so here first what will happen, here the value of I is 12, and this 12 is less than equal to 10. So the condition here is what? False. So I will not execute the while loop here. Okay, What I will do here, I will go to the do while part now, and here first I will execute the body of the do while part. So here first I will execute what? The value of I, that is 12, and after that I am incrementing the value of I by 2, and after that I am checking the condition. Okay, after that I am checking the condition. Here the value of I is what? 12. 12 is less than equal to 10. This condition is false. So the next time I will not execute this do body. Okay, so let's try to see what output I will get now. Okay, so you can see for the first while loop I am not executing the body of the while loop because the condition is false for the first time. But when I am writing the do while part, then first I am for the first time, just for the first time I am executing the condition irrespective of the, sorry, I am executing the body of the do while irrespective of the condition, right? And after executing the body of the do while, what I am checking? I am checking the condition. The condition is false. So that's why for the next time, I am not executing the body of do while. Okay, everyone. So this is the difference between while and do while. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, you can say this part ki while loop is entry controlled. Okay. For the first time and for any time, you have to check the condition before executing the body of the while loop. But here in do while part, for the first time, you don't have to check the condition. It will execute irrespective of the condition. After that, the condition is checked. And after that, if the condition is true, again, you will execute the body of do while. And again, you will check the condition. Which have better complexity. Okay, it depends on the use case here. Okay, it depends on the use case, like how you are using the while and do while. Okay, for this program both will have the same time complexity. Okay, in the next session we will discuss about the time complexity, but not for now. Okay, but Kuldeep, if you know about something about time complexity, then both have the same time complexity, because for both the number of iterations are same, right? We are going from 1 till 10. Okay, zoom. Okay, so let's move to the function part, and let's try to take one problem statement that will include your for loop, that will include your basic math, and that will include some observation also. Okay, so here, yeah. So let's come to the function part, guys. Anyone can write in the comment what is a function? What is a function, guys? Okay, and here we will discuss about how to take input from the user itself. Okay. Okay. So basically, what is a function, guys? Please write in the comment. Okay. No one? What do you mean by function in programming world? Okay. Sets of instruction. Okay. Sets of instruction, we can call this at a program, right? Block of code that can call later. Okay. Okay. Partially correct. Yeah. So guys, function is what? I have a block of code and I want to perform some task, right? I have a block of code that can perform a certain task. So that thing is what? My function, right? Yeah, correct. Everyone is correct. Yeah, everyone is correct here. So let's write the definition here. A block of code that performs a certain task here. Okay. So this is a definition of function, simple definition of function. We are not going like in some technical word here. We are just saying ki, hey, function is a block of code that perform a task. And let's try to write one question. Let's try to solve one problem statement without using function, and then we will see like what is the use of function. Okay, first let's discuss the syntax of a function. Okay, syntax here. So guys, in order to write a function, first you have to write the return type. Return type. Okay, after writing the return type, you have to write the name of the function, that is the identity of the function, and after that the round bracket. Inside the round bracket you have to write the parameter, and the parameter part is optional. Okay, it depends on the situation, depends on the problem statement, what you want to achieve from the function. Okay, so this part is optional here. And after that, we have to use open curly bracket and close curly bracket. And here we have to write the logic, okay, logic or block of code, okay, to achieve a particular task, right? And after that, we have to use a return keyword, okay, and here again data. And here we have to return the data, and this data part is also optional. Okay, you can return a data and you cannot return a data. It depends on the situation. Okay, it depends on the problem statement. Optional. So here, let's take one example. I have to create a function to print something. Okay, to print, let's say, to print my name on the output screen. So what I will do here, return type is what, guys? Okay, what type of value you want to return from the function, what type of value you want to get from the function. Okay, what output this function is producing. Okay, what will be the data type of that output? This is your return type, first point. And the return type here and the data you are returning, both should be same. Okay, both should be same here. So if you are saying ki, hey, I'm returning some integer data, so your return type should be int here, because you are saying ki, hey, my function is returning integer data, so I will use the return type as int. If I am returning character data, then you should write the return type as char. Similarly for float, double, boolean. Okay, everyone, let's take one example. Okay, let's take an example where we don't want to return anything. Okay, void. Here the return type is void because I'm not wanting to return from anything from the function. I just want to write my logic inside the function. Okay, void. And after that, let's write the name of the function as print name. Okay, and here I don't want to pass any parameter, so here. And after that, you are saying ki, hey, the functionality of this function is what? The functionality of this function is what? To print a name. So here I will write system dot out dot print ln, and here I will write name. Okay, and this will do the task here. Okay, I'm done with the task. I'm done with the logic part, and from here, since I'm not returning anything, so I will say ki, hey, return nothing here. I'm not returning anything, and you can see when you are not returning anything, then the return type should be void. Okay, void means you are not returning anything. Okay, let's take one example here where we have to take parameter also. Okay, so here, so what you want? Yes, so basically, guys, what I want now, I want to add two number. Okay, basically I have to just do a simple addition of two number, and this thing I have to achieve with the help of function. Okay, this part I have to achieve with the help of a function. So first what I will do, let's take input from the user. So in order to take input from the user, what you have to do, you have to use scanner class. Okay, you have to use a scanner class. So okay, you have to use scanner class. So how you can use scanner class? You have to write scanner, and after that, okay, you have to use the object of scanner class here. In order to create an object, you have to use new keyword, and after that scanner, and inside this object you have to pass system dot in. Okay, inside this object you have to pass system dot in, and here you can see I am getting one error here. It is saying ki, hey, in order to use the object of scanner class, you have to import java.util.scanner package. Okay, because inside this scanner package, this class is written. The definition of this class is written inside this package. So here the scanner name is the class name. SC is my object. In order to create an object, I have to use new keyword. And this part is what I'm passing system dot in. Okay, so basically what I'm doing, I'm creating a new instance. Okay, I'm creating a new object. Okay, which points to the input stream. Okay, passed as an argument. So this is what your input stream, whatever you are writing in the on the keyboard with the help of the keyboard, right? Whatever data you are writing, okay, that data will be saved inside the buffer. Okay, that data will be saved inside the buffer, and now you are saying ki, hey, data is saved inside the buffer. Now I want to use that data from the buffer. So in order to use that data, you are saying ki, hey, I will use the object that is sc, and after that I will say ki, hey, I want that data in integer format. Let's suppose you want the data in integer format. So here you have to use the function that is next int. Okay, next int. So first, what you are doing, in order to take input from the user, you are using a scanner class. For that, you are importing a scanner package that belongs to java.util. Okay, and here this is the name of the object. In order to create an object, you are saying ki I have to use new keyword, and again this is your constructor here, and inside this you are passing system.in, and you are saying ki, hey, whatever data I am writing with the help of keyword, that data will be stored inside the buffer. Okay, and in order to extract that data, okay, in integer format, you are saying ki I will use the object name, and after that next int. Okay, next int. Everyone is getting the point? You, if you want to use the functionality of a class, you have to create an object. If you want to use calling feature of a mobile phone, first you have to buy the mobile phone. So here what I'm doing, I'm first buying the mobile phone, I'm first creating the object. After that I'm saying ki, hey, data is stored inside the buffer, so I have to use that data as integer, so I'm using the functionality that is next int. Okay everyone? Yeah, util is a package here, right? Okay. This SC you are talking about, this SC is the name of the object, okay? And here we are saying ki, hey, we have to take input from the user, and the now guys, can you confirm it is audible, or still you are getting the noise? Hello? Now I'm audible, guys? Yeah. Yes, okay. So let me share my screen now. So I think there was some network issue. So wait a minute. Yeah. So till this part, everyone is clear. We are saying ki, hey, what we have discussed about class and object. In order to use the functionality of a mobile, I have to buy a mobile, right? In order to use the functionality of a mobile, I have to buy a mobile. Similarly, in order to take input from the buffer, in order to take data from the buffer, the functionality of taking the data from the buffer is written inside this next int method. Okay, the logic is written inside this next int method, and this next int method is present where? Inside the scanner class. Okay, so in order to use the functionality, in order to use the properties of a class, you have to create an object. So that's why we are creating the object, and with the help of object, what I am doing, I am using the functionality of a scanner class. Okay, and this is not our headache, it is taken care by the programmer itself. Okay, and by using this functionality, you can take, like, you are taking the data in integer format from the buffer. Okay, everyone? Yeah. So here we took data from the input. Okay, let's take one more data. This is your num1. You are saying, hey, I am taking the data, okay, from the user, and I am storing the data inside the variable num1. Okay, similarly, what I will do, I will take one more data, num2, and in order to take one more data, again you have to use what? Object, and with the help of object you have to use next int method. Okay, and here let's write system dot out dot println, and here you are writing take input from user. So here sc is a class variable. No, guys, sc is not a class variable. It is an object. It is a name of the object. Okay, it is a name of the object. So guys, take input 1, and similarly let's write take input 2 here. Okay, take input 2 here, and after that we are good to go. We will call a function here in order to get the result, and we are saying hey, the name of the function is add, and what I want to add, I want to add two number, and the data of two number is stored inside the container num1 and num2 variable. Okay, so here I will write num1 comma num2, right, and we are good to go. Now what I have to do, I have to define this add method. I have to define this add methods. So let's define this method here. I will say hey, I want to return integer result, so I will use the data type as int here, and the name of the function is what? Add here. And since I am taking two input, that is num1 and num2, I have to store that input, so I have to pass two parameter, that is num1 comma num2. Okay, and here you have the curly bracket, and here you have to use static keyword. Okay, so here, okay, now you have to do addition on the two number, that is num1 plus num2, and you are saying hey, I will add num1 plus num2 here, and after adding both the number, I will store the result inside result variable. Okay, I will store the result inside result variable, and I am done with the logic part. And after that, what I will write? Return result here. Okay, and we are done with the code here. And now what I will do, I will print the result on the output screen. So let's print the result. System.out.println. Okay, println, and here you will print response. So one person is like, why use static keyword? So basically here your public static void main, and here the main method is your static method. Here the main method is your static method, and you cannot call any non-static method from static method. You cannot call any non-static method from static method. So that's why here you are saying, hey, I am calling add method, and in order to call this add method from static method, you have to make this method also as static. Okay, you have to make this method also as static. Okay, and we have learned one functionality in the first session why we need to use static. Okay, when you are not creating the object, and without creating the object, you have to access the properties and functionality. Okay, so you can use the class name to directly access that property and functionality without creating the object. So in order to achieve that, I have to make my method, I have to make my variable static. Okay, apart from this, there are a lot more things, but we cannot discuss each and everything in this essentials. Okay, but till this point, for this example, this is a definition of static. Okay, so let's try to run the program here, and let's try to see we are getting the correct output or not. Okay, so here you can see, okay, here you can see first what is happening. First we are starting the execution from the public static void main, because we know this is my starting point, this is my entry point. After that, this line will get executed and object will be created. Okay, and after that you are executing this line, that is take input 1. So that's why we got take input 1 on the output screen. Okay, after that you are saying hey, please take input from the user, that is sc.next int. So here let's take input 10. Okay, let's take input 10 here. After that hit on the enter button, and here it is again asking ki, hey, please give the input take input 2. Okay, so again I want to take input, so let's take the input as 20 here. And the moment you will hit on the enter button, what will happen? This add function will be called. This add function will be called. So from line number 19, you are in the right hand side part, that is in this part, and you are saying hey, I'm using assignment operator. So first right hand side part will be executed. After getting the result from the right hand side part, I will execute the left hand side part. So here right hand side part will get executed. Okay, so you will go to line number 5. You will go to line number 5, and here you have num1 is equal to 10 and num2 is equal to 20. So this 10 will be stored inside this num1 and this 20 will be stored inside this num2. Okay, and after that you are saying ki, hey, num1 plus num2, that is 10 plus 20, 30, and you are storing the result. You are storing the result inside result variable 30. After that you are returning result. Okay, from here. So the moment you will return result, what will happen? You will return from line number 7 and you will come at line number 19 and you will say, hey, right hand side is performed and I am getting the result as 30, and this 30 will be stored inside this variable result, and you will get the answer on the output screen, that is 30. Okay, so let's hit on the button and you can see the answer 30. Okay, on the output screen. So basically we will come to the advantage part. But hope this is a simple example. We have discussed about function. Okay, let's take one more example, and with the help of that example we will see what will be the advantage of using a function. Okay, so here let me create a new class file. Okay, so here, so function, and after that public static void main we want. So here I have written public static void main, and the problem statement here is, guys, what? Okay, so the problem statement here is key. Okay, Rocky. So here we have Rocky, and Rocky, the task of Rocky is what? He has given n books. Okay, the task of Rocky is what? He has given n books, and from n books, okay, from n books he has to choose R books. Okay, he has to choose R books. So here I have a problem statement. I have one person Rocky, and the task of Rocky is what? He has given n books, and from n book he has to choose R books, and he have to give the combination. He have to give the combination here. Okay, and I know when I have to select n items, when I have to select n item available, when I have to select r items from n items available, then I have to use combination. Okay, I have to use combination. Okay, and like if you don't know about combination, then the formula of combination here is what? NCR. Okay, so here you can see this formula. Okay, this is our formula of NCR. Here we are saying ki, hey, I have n items, and from n items available I have to choose r items. So the formula is what? N factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r ka factorial. Okay, and let's discuss what is factorial then. Okay, in order to solve the problem statement, first what I have to do, I know I have to use this formula. Okay, that is NCR, and the formula of NCR is what? N factorial, R factorial, and minus R factorial. Okay, so what is factorial then, guys? Factorial of 5. If I have to calculate factorial of 5, then what I have to do, I have to multiply number from 1 till 5. Okay, like this: 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. Okay, so this will give me as result 20. Okay, similarly if you have to calculate factorial of 3, then you have to multiply 1 into 2 into 3. Okay, you have to start from 1 and you have to go till 3. So this is a formula of factorial here. So factorial of 3 is what? You have to start from 1 and you have to multiply till 3. Okay, so here the answer will be 6. So now I am clear with the factorial part. Okay, now I am clear with the factorial part. So now let's come to the problem statement. So here the problem statement is what? Rocky has given n books and from n book he has to choose r books. Okay, so for that thing I know ki I have to use combination formula, because here I have given n book combination. Okay, and I have to choose r combination from them. So here I have to use n c r here, and I know what is the formula of ncr, and I know how to calculate factorial. Okay, I know how to calculate factorial. So what I will do, let's take the input, let's take the value of n. Okay, n books. So here what I have to do, scanner sc is equal to new scanner, and this name can be anything. Here I am following sc because it is the name is used everywhere, so that's why I am using the name of the object as sc. You can take any name here, scanner, and after that here I have to pass system.in. Okay, system.in, and after that here, in order to use the object, in order to use this class inside this function, I have to import the package. I have imported the package. Now what I will do, I will take the value of n, and how I will take, I will have to use the name of the object dot, I have to take data as integer, so I have to use next int. Okay, function. So here I have taken data from the user and I have stored that data inside n. Okay, after that similarly I will take the data for r from the user, and again I will write sc dot next int, and we are good to go. Okay, so here I am storing the data for n and r, and I am taking input from the user, right everyone? After that I know I have to use what formula here, ncr, that is n factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r ka factorial. Okay, n minus r ka factorial. So now I know the definition, I know the formula of how to calculate factorial. So let's try to break the problem statement. So what I have to do, in order to calculate the result of this ncr, first I have to find factorial. First I have to find factorial. Okay, and here I am not using function. Okay, I am trying to do this problem with the without using the function, and after that we will go to the function part. So here I know how to find function, how to find factorial of a number. Factorial of n is what? You have to start from 1 and you have to multiply till n. Okay, you have to multiply till n here. So guys, if you will carefully observe dot 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 star multiply n. So if you will carefully observe, you are getting the starting point. You are doing the multiplication, you are writing the logic of multiplication, you are executing the logic of the multiplication again and again. So here what I will use, I will use a for loop. Okay, I will use a for loop and I will say ki, hey, I know the starting point. The starting point is what? I is equal to 1, and I know the end point also, that is I is less than equal to n, and I know by how much I have to increase for the next iteration, that is I plus plus, right? Because first the value of I is equal to 1, and after that you have to multiply 1 with 2. So in order to multiply with 2, you have to increase I by 1. So you have done with this part, and now you are saying ki, hey, what I will do, I will take one more variable. I will take one more variable, and let's say the name of the variable is n fact. Okay, n fact. Here you are saying ki, hey, n factorial, in order to store the result of n factorial, you are taking one variable n fact, and you are saying ki, hey, I will initialize with 1. Okay, in order to preserve the data, in order to preserve the result, you are declaring one variable outside the for loop. Okay everyone, and after that here you will write what? N factorial is equal to n factorial into I. Okay, into I, and you are done with the factorial of n. Everyone is clear? I have taken one variable and I am initializing with 1. Why I'm not initializing with 0? Because if you will initialize with 0, then 0 multiplied by anything will give you answer as 0. Okay, that's why I'm saying here I am initializing this n factorial with 1. So first the value of I is equal to 1. 1 into 1 is 1. After that I plus plus, that is 2. 2 is less than equal to n. Yes, true. So inside n factorial, what is stored? 1 is stored. So 1 into 2 is what? 2. Right, everyone? So here we have implemented the logic for n factorial. Okay. And now I have to implement the logic for r factorial. So what I will write? R fact. Again, I have to store the result of r factorial. So I am taking the variable name as r fact is equal to 1 again. And again, I have to use the same for loop. Okay. And here I have to do some changes. That is from here for this r factorial, I have to start from 1 and I have to go till r. Okay. So here I will write I is less than equal to r. And here I will write r factorial is equal to r factorial into I. Okay, everyone? Everyone is clear till this point? Yeah. So after that, we have calculated n factorial, we have calculated r factorial. Now what is our problem? I have to calculate n minus r ka factorial. So in order to calculate n minus r ka factorial, first calculate the difference between n minus r. So what I will do, I will take one variable, that is difference. Okay, and r difference here, and inside this difference I will calculate n minus r. Okay, so I got the result of n minus r. So now what I have to do, I have to find the factorial of n minus r. So similarly, what I have to do, again I have to use the same factorial logic, and here now I have to change the end point to n r ka difference, right, and I plus plus. And here, in order to store the result of nr ka difference, what I will use, I will take one variable, that is nr factorial, and again I will use is equal to 1 here. And what I will do here, I will write nr ka factorial is equal to nr ka factorial into I here. Okay, everyone? So till this point I have calculated n ka factorial, I have calculated r ka factorial, and I have calculated difference of n minus r ka factorial, right? Now I will use the formula, that is int result is equal to n ka factorial, right, everyone? N ka factorial divided by, I will write r ka factorial into n r ka factorial, right, everyone? Till this point everyone is clear? Okay, so let's print the result also. System dot out dot println, and here the result is what? This one, right? So yeah, we are done with the code now. Let's try to run the code. So here, so now it is asking for the input from the user. Okay, again, this is our entry point. Line number 11 and line number 12 will be executed. So for line number 11, that is for n, I am taking the value as 10. And for line number 12, that is for r, I am taking the value as what? 5. Let's suppose you have 10 book available and you have to choose 5 book among them. Okay, so here you are taking the value of n as 10 and you are taking the value of r as 5. Let hit on the run button and you got the answer, that is 252, right, everyone? So here you can see I know the formula of NCR. So basically in this formula, what I am doing, I am calculating the factorial, right? First I am calculating the factorial of n, then r, and then n minus r. Okay, and here you can observe I am using the same logic of factorial. In order to calculate the factorial of n, I am using the same logic. In order to calculate factorial of r, I am using the same logic. And in order to calculate factorial of n minus r, I am using the same logic. Okay, just the difference is what? The starting point is same for every for loop. The difference is what? The end point. That is n, that is r, n r difference, right? Apart from this, my logic is same. So what we are doing here, we are writing the same logic again and again. Okay, so here we are repeating our code. Here we are making our public static void main function more bulkier. Okay, if suppose you have done some mistake here, if suppose here you have written, in case of multiplication you have written plus, okay, by mistake, then what will happen, your debugging will become complex. Okay, because you have to start from each and every line and you have to check each and every line. Okay, so here the debugging will become complex. Okay, the debugging will become complex here, and you are not able to achieve the modularity also. Okay, so let's try to achieve the same problem statement with the help of function. Okay, so in order to use function, what I will use, I have to write static keyword because I have to call, let's comment this part first. Okay, so here, right, so now you are saying ki, hey, basically what we are doing, guys, basically we are calculating the factorial of a number. Okay, so what I will do, I will create a factorial function that is static int fact. Let's say ki the name of the function is what, fact here, and here I will take the number for which number I have to calculate the factorial. Okay, static is what, I have used static because I am calling this factorial function from the static method. Okay, and I know ki I cannot call a non-static method, that is without static keyword, I cannot call inside this static method. Okay, and after that, this data type integer is what, because I'm saying ki, hey, I will calculate the factorial inside this factorial function and I will give the result, okay, in integer data. So that's why I'm taking the data type as integer, and this is the identification of the function, that is the name of the function. And here you are saying ki, hey, in order to calculate the factorial of any number, you have to start from, okay, the same code. You have to start from I is equal to 1 and you have to go till I is less than equal to n and I plus plus. Okay, and inside this you have to write the logic, and what your logic you have to write, you have to multiply the result again and again by the next number till the point you are not reaching n. Okay, so in order to preserve the result, what you are doing, you are saying ki, hey, I will create one variable and this variable will store 1. Okay, and what I will do, factorial fact is equal to fact into I, and this will do the task, and I have written the logic of factorial of a function. Okay, I have written the logic of the factorial of function. Now what I will do, I will return the result. The result is stored inside the factorial, this variable fact that you are declaring outside the for loop, right? So here I will write return fact, and you are done with the factorial part. Here, and after that you are saying ki, hey, now I know how to calculate the factorial of a number. Now what I have to do, I have to just calculate all the factorial, that is n factorial, r factorial, and n minus r factorial, and after that what I will do, I will just put the result inside this formula, right? So here you are saying ki, hey, in order to get okay, first you are saying ki, hey, I will calculate n factorial. So in order to store the n factorial, you are creating one variable that is n fact, and you are saying ki, hey, I know I have one factorial function and this will do the task of calculating the factorial. So I will just call this factorial function. Okay, I will just call this factorial function, and for which value I have to calculate factorial, for n I have to calculate factorial. So what I will pass here, the data of n here. Everyone is clear? Similarly, if I have to calculate r factorial here, so what I will do, I will create one variable in order to store the data, in order to store the result of r factorial, and again I know ki I have a factorial function, and this function will go and it will calculate r factorial, and this factorial function will return me the result, that is factorial of r. Okay, and after that you are saying ki, hey, I have to calculate n r ka factorial, that is n minus r ka factorial. Okay, so here you are saying ki n r ka fact, and again you have to call the factorial function, and here you are saying ki, hey, I will pass the difference of n minus r. Okay, and you are saying ki this function will go, it will do the task of factorial and it will give me the result. So I have stored the result of n factorial inside n fact. I have stored the result of r factorial inside r fact, and I have stored the result of n minus r factorial inside n r ka fact. Okay, now you have to just use this formula. Okay, so here you will say ki, okay, I got the n factorial r factorial n minus r factorial, so I will declare one variable that is in result to store the result, and after that I will use the formula that is n ka factorial divided by r ka factorial into n r ka factorial. Okay, and you are done with the code here. Take this in the bracket also, right? And you are done with the code. Let's print the output on the output screen. System.out.println result. Okay, so here you can see you have achieved modularity. You are not writing the same logic again and again. Okay, and debugging is also more simpler now. If you have written any mistake, if you have done any mistake in order to calculate factorial, then you have to just check your factorial function. Yes, I have written the logic of factorial inside this factorial function, so I have to see this factorial function. Okay, so debugging will become more easier. Okay, you are reducing the number of line, you are making your function more simpler, right? You are achieving the modularity part. Okay, and you are dividing the complex program into simple one, right? You are dividing the complex program into simple one, and you are done with the code. Now let's run the program, and you can see, so here it is asking for the input, that is input of n, that is 10 here, and let's suppose the input of r is 5. Okay, so here you can see you are getting 252. So first, for the first time, factorial of n will be called, then factorial of r will be called, then factorial of n minus r will be called, and the data, the result will be stored inside these variable, and we have implemented the formula, and we are printing the result. And here this function will be called again and again, and just we are changing the value of endpoint. We are having the same starting point, right? For the first time the endpoint will be n, the second time the endpoint will be r, and the third time the endpoint will be n minus r. This we have observed when we are writing the code without using the function. We are writing the factorial function, and we are not like what changes we are doing. We are writing the same logic of factorial function, but we are changing this endpoint. Okay, so the same thing we have achieved here also. And here you can see your code is more simpler, right? So this is the advantage of using function. Okay. So function name cannot be same now, sir, right? Function name will be same, right? You have to calculate n factorial, so that's why you are saying, hey, I have written a function for n factorial, this one, right? Okay, this one, okay, you are saying, okay, yeah. So here it you have to take a different name. I have taken a similar, like same name as my function name, okay, but take a different name like this. Int result, okay, result, and here also result. Okay, apart from this, sir, can you please explain again, like what point you are not able to get it? Sir, it should be n factorial, right? Where n factorial, r factorial, and r ka factorial, right? In order to calculate n factorial, you are passing the value of n inside the factorial function. In order to calculate r factorial, you are passing the value as r. Similarly, in order to calculate n r ka factorial, you are passing the value as n minus r, right? And you are storing the result, right, Rocky? Yes, correct, Shivam, because no need to write the same code multiple times, just call the function. Yes, so we are just calling the function because we know this function will go and it will calculate the factorial of a number. Okay. Okay, int factorial int n. Okay, this one you are talking about. Okay, so each time when you are calling the function, for the first time you are calling the function factorial n, then the value of n is what? Let's suppose the value of n is 10 here. And let's suppose the value of r is 5 here. Okay, r is 5 here. So for the first time, that is for line number 26, when factorial of n will be called, then inside this n, data 10 will be stored. Okay, for the second time, that is at line number 27, what you are saying? factorial of r, and the value of r is what? 5. So this data 5 will be stored inside this n. Okay, after that you are saying n minus r, that is 10 minus 5. 10 minus 5 is what? Again 5. So this time factorial function will be called and the data will be passed as 5 again. Okay, yeah, the value of n changes automatically for n and n minus r. Yeah, correct. It will be changed accordingly because here you are passing the data, right? At line number 26, at line number 27, and line number 28, you are passing the data, right, everyone? So this is the advantage of using function. Hope you are able to get the advantage of using a function, right? And in the next session, we will take one example and we will try to discuss why time complexity play a vital role and what is the importance of observation and like how you can approach a problem, like how you can approach any problem statement. Okay, how you can approach any problem statement and how you can optimize a code. Okay, how to optimize a code, because this will be the main task. You can write the code, but the optimization part play a very important role. So here also you can see with the help of a function we are able to optimize our code. So guys, this is all for our today's session. So hope you are getting the function concept. Okay, hope I am able to clear all the doubt. If you have any doubt, you can write the doubt in the comment part. And apart from this, here you can see again, if you are interested in the workshop, that is our 3-month workshop. Okay, here, yeah. So if you are interested in our 2-month workshop, so you can use what you can learn here. You can learn DSA, Java, Advanced Excel. So these all technologies and language you will learn from this program. Okay, and it is very important. You have to explore the next day also. I have told you ki you don't have to follow the rat race. Someone is saying ki hey, there is a future in Python, so you are blindly following Python. Someone is saying ki hey, there is a future in Java, you are following Java, right? There is a future in data science, so you are going in the data science direction. But there are a lot of things. So first, like in order to start your IT career, in order to learn anything, first you have to explore each and everything, right? So in order to explore, this program will give you the correct advantage, right? So you can take this program at 399 rupees, and like this is a very low price. Okay, so you will get a lot of clarity ki what field you have to choose and like in which department, in which technology you have to make career. And there will be the one-to-one doubt session. You can discuss their doubts. Like here I am able to just see your comment, right? But there you can clear each and every doubt, and like you will go deep into the DSA part, you will go deep into the array part. Like I have 5 days, so I cannot discuss each and everything in this essentials, right? So this is the advantage with you. So this is for my side. Please take this course, and apart from this, you have a Let's Upgrade full stack program, and there is an offer on this program ki you are getting 7,000 rupees off. Okay, you are getting 7,000 rupees off, and you have to use this coupon, that is Let's Diwali. Okay, and if the here the price is 36,000 and you will get 29,600. Okay, total amount. Okay, and here you will learn like here you will learn about front end, the back end part, right? DSA part, how to think of a particular problem, how to approach that problem. After solving that problem statement, how to optimize the problem statement, what is the role of time complexity, okay? How to calculate time complexity, how to calculate space complexity, how to optimize your code. Okay, this thing you will learn in the DSA and problem solving skills. Apart from this, in the front end and back end part, you will learn the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and in the backend part, you will learn Java, and you have the understanding of Node.js, right? And apart from this, there is a data science course also with DSA, right? So you can take this course, and here you have the discount, that is 7,000, and this discount is available here. You have to use this coupon, that is Let's Diwali. And in this session, you have one-to-one mentorship. If you have any career related problem, we will discuss here. If you have any doubt in the live class, We will take your doubt. If you still have any doubt, we will clear your doubt after the session. Okay. If you are able to think of a problem statement, okay, and you think, hey, I have to solve a particular problem statement here, and I don't know the approach, right? So there you can discuss your approach, and we will work on that approach, how to improve your approach, how to think in a particular direction, right? So these things we will cover in this full stack program. And you have 15 project here, live doubt clearing session, you will get the certificate. And when you have the right skills, right knowledge, and if you are in the right correct path, you will get the job. And there is a placement support which will provide you the company, which will provide you the provide with you the interview, like interview of different company. Here you will get the call, and there you can apply, and hope you will all get selected there, right? And this is a batch that is starting from 22nd October, and this is a discount here, you can apply. Okay, so guys, this is all for the today session. Hope I am able to clear most of the doubt. Thank you everyone. Okay.